Been in the army less than a year when that unholy ted arrived. Saw the moon get taken out. Right up there in the night sky. Couldn't believe it. After that, nature took over as bedrock around Chicago, so we were spared the worst of the waves, quakes. Most people just starved. And the Tet sent troop ships down. Doors opened, and out you came. Astronaut Jack Harper. Thousands of you. Memory wiped, programmed to kill. They had taken one of our best, turned them against us. No soul. No humanity. The Tet. What a brilliant machine. Feeding off one planet after another for energy. Phase 2 was drones. Repairmen. 50 years watching those hydro rigs suck our planet dry. One day, I saw you say that. Another drone use. But in the rubble that day, it's a book. You picked it up, you studied it. And I thought I saw a way. When you stepped in front of that drone, saved her, I knew. You were in there somewhere.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Israelites 13 channel. I'm your host, and tonight is part 2 of a series called Children of the Sun in the Sacred Name of God, the Tetragrammaton, a word often associated with the name Yahweh. And tonight we're going to give the esoteric hidden meaning of what this name actually means. So having said that, let's begin. First thing we're going to do is decipher this short little snippet of the arrival of the Tetragrammaton and the Children of the Sun from Satan's perspective. Like I said in the last part, that you have the Satan character explaining to Jack, Adam, what happened on the earth during the last destruction or the last reset. And this is Satan talking to you, telling you exactly what happened from his point of view. And Morgan Freeman is the Satan character, veiled as the good guy, right in your face. Having said that, let's go through this again.
Been in the army less than a year when that unholy ted arrived.
The first thing Satan tells you, he had been in the army less than a year when that unholy tet arrived. The Tetragrammaton arrived to the earth, and Satan is calling it unholy. Remember, your enemy, the satanic hordes, the fallen angels in flesh suits, Satan and his children always use a tactic against the Caucasian race, which are the sons of light on the earth. And it's an acronym I came up with called SSP. In other words, self-sin projection. So whatever evil deed they're doing, they project it onto their enemy, the sons of light, from the sons of darkness. And they use this to give themselves cover while they're doing evil. So right off the bat, Satan is telling you in this clip that the Tet, or the Tetragrammaton, another name for the Most High, a name given to us for thousands of years from the church or from the rabbis, the Tetragrammaton, as God, or another name for God, or the sacred name of God. And right off the bat, he tells you that it's unholy, when in reality, Satan is the unholy one. So that being said, let's continue.
Saw the moon get taken out. Right up there in the night sky. Couldn't believe it. After that, nature took over as bedrock around Chicago, so we were spared the worst of the waves, quakes. And the Tet sent troop ships down.
So now they're telling you the Tet, or the Tetragrammaton, sent troops or troop ships down. And if you notice, these ships are literally pyramids, one in the middle and light, and then one on the outside, coming from above. So these are those who came from above, the sons of light, from Satan's perspective, how he saw it. And this is after Adam fell from God form, everyone taken back up into the heavens. The sons of light came, our projection point is from the sun. The other projection points of the children of the black waters is Saturn. And Satan is telling you that after Adam and the sons of Adam, or Zeus, Amon, and the sons of God went back up to projection point through the sun, that they were sent back down in these pyramids from above as human beings, from gods to men, multiplying their numbers as a literal invasion to take back the earth, which had been stolen from Adam. So continuing.
And the Tet sent troop ships down. Doors opened, and out you came. Astronaut Jack Harper. Thousands of you.
And out you came, Adam in the flesh, thousands of you, multiplying the sons of light, as God said in the Bible, be fruitful and multiply. And this is Adam and his sons coming to the earth from the Tetragrammaton, the truncated pyramid. And this is Satan's perspective, putting it literally through Hollywood with a science fiction veneer right in your face. Continuing.
Memory wiped. Programmed to kill.
Memory wiped. When you come into the earth, your memory is wiped, just like he told you 5 years since the mandatory memory wipe. And this is the prototype of the Adamic white race of the first Israel, Adam. And this is metaphor for the sons of Adam. And Satan, or Morgan Freeman, the son of Cain, is telling you that this army of white race sons of God came from above to take back and fulfill what God says. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So the command was given to take the earth back and set up God's kingdom upon the earth. And this is phase 2, after Adam fell, but sent him back down to the earth. So continuing.
They had taken one of our best, turned them against us. No soul, no humanity.
Well, right here, Satan is doing another self-sin projection trick, saying that Adam had no soul or no humanity. And if you read in other hidden texts, like the dialogue between Jesus and the devil, Jesus tells Satan something very interesting. He tells him that you are nothing but an apparition of the earth. So in other words, when Satan fell and his L was taken, or his light was taken, Satnael, and he was thrown into a black flesh body, the father of the melanated people on the earth, this light was taken away, and him and his angels were cut off from the heavens, and their DNA was downloaded into the earth matrix, trapping them on the earth forever. No redemption for them. Clearly written in the Ethiopic text in the books of Adam and Eve, where Satan himself tells you, you made covenant for Adam, but no covenant for me and my host. Continuing.
The Tet. What a brilliant machine.
So he's telling you here that the Tet, or the Tetragrammaton, that this is just a machine. Now, obviously, this is in line with the script of the movie, but you have to dig into what they're telling you. And these are from the sons of darkness telling you, literally Satan's fallen angels that were under him, his host, the ones that go around the earth and tell you that they are the tribe of Judah, but do lie, and are the synagogue of Satan. And they're telling you that our Father is a brilliant machine, or in other words, he's not a God. So that being said, continuing.
Feeding off one planet after another for energy. Phase 2 was drones, repairmen. 50 years of watching those hydro rigs suck our planet dry.
So what is he telling you here? He's telling you 50 years of watching the hydro rigs, or the reality racial light energy projection pyramids, take them off of the earth and sending them back to the shadow realm. And he tells you phase 2 is drones, or in other words, angels above watching this operation of removing the tares of the field. So that being said,
And one day, I saw you somewhere. Another drone piece. But in the rubble that day, was a book. You picked it up, you studied it. And I thought I saw a way.
so Satan is telling you here that in the rubble, he saw Adam and he picked up a book. In other words, this is another metaphor for telling you how Satan convinced Adam to turn against God, or eat of the forbidden tree, and try to become God himself. So continuing.
When you stepped in front of that drone and saved her, I knew. You were in there somewhere.
So once more, Hollywood is literally hiding in snippets your past and the past of the last reset of the fall of Atlantis, and putting it right in your face. So we're going to go back to Oblivion, and we are going to show you exactly what the Tetragrammaton is, and they hide it right in your face. So let's continue.
Where are we going now?
Who are you? What aren't you telling me?
Jack,
What were you doing on the Odyssey? What was your mission?
it was a research flight to Titan. My first. That's what it was supposed to be. 6 weeks to launch, deep space scanners picked up an alien object. We were reassigned to investigate. They put us all in Delta. They must have woken you in Victoria first.
What?
That object was the Tet, Jack. The Tet was our mission.
That's impossible. That's impossible. Who are you?
I'm your wife. I don't know what happened, but you're not who you think you are. Jack, we were here. You asked me to meet you. Brought me out on top of the world. I could tell you were nervous that day. He was right here, Jack. You said, look through here. And I'll show you the future.
And I held up a ring.
So what is Hollywood telling you in this scene?
Where are we going now?
Who are you? What aren't you telling me?
Jack,
What were you doing on the Odyssey? What was your mission?
Right off the bat, he tells her, "What were you doing in the Odyssey?" To me, that has an obvious connection with Homer's Odyssey. Just a little side note there. Continuing.
it was a research flight to Titan. My first. That's what it was.
A research flight to Titan, or the rings of Saturn, where the projection point, or the racial projection point, of the sons of Satan, Saturn, are sent through the rings and congealed into flesh bodies and sent back to the earth. So through the Odyssey, the ship that they were on, they were going to Titan, a research mission. And she's about to tell you something very key here. Pay attention.
Was supposed to be. 6 weeks to launch, deep space scanners picked up an alien object. We were reassigned to investigate. They put us all in Delta. They must have woken you in Victoria first.
What?
That object was the Tet, Jack. The Tet was our mission.
The Tet, Jack. The Tet, or the Tetragrammaton, was our mission. And they picked up this UFO alien object in deep space heading towards the Earth. And what they're telling you is that God Almighty, the Tetragrammaton, and the giant pyramid ship was coming to the Earth. And that was their mission.
That's impossible. That's impossible. Who are you?
I'm your wife.
Who are you? I'm your wife. He's remembering her, his wife from 60 years ago. And he comes to find out that later in the show, he is a clone. He's a literal clone that came from the Tetragrammaton, only to discover thousands or hundreds of thousands of copies or bodies, as it says in the Emerald Tablets. And we made bodies for ourselves and came to the earth like the men of the earth, but unlike them. And she is literally telling you, I'm your wife, but that's impossible because the original Jack is dead and died 60 years ago, or was taken away from the Tetragrammaton. And he is now recycled, but all of his memories are surfacing from a past cycle. Continuing.
I don't know what happened, but you're not who you think you are.
I don't know what happened, but you're not who you think you are. In other words, he has been recycled. She was on the Odyssey going to Saturn in Delta sleep, in suspended animation, and some type of a sepulcher. And she literally was in suspended animation. And 60 years later, they brought the Odyssey back down to the earth. And the clone of the original Adam, or Jack, saved her from destruction by one of the so-called drones. And now these two have come together again, and he's starting to remember the constant dreams that he's having of her from the very beginning in New York City, and him never being in New York in the year 2017. And she literally tells him, you're not who you think you are. Or in other words, this is another cycle of time after the Great War, and Adam has now been sent back to the earth, or from a god to a man. So continuing.
Jack, we were here. You asked me to meet you. Brought me up on top of the world.
She tells you, Jack, we were here on top of the Empire State Building. He tells her, look through this looking glass, Operation Looking Glass, and I'll show you the future. In other words, Adam, as it says in the ancient text, when Adam was in God form, all the sons and daughters of Adam, the god Adam, Amun Ra, passed before him, and he named all of them. And he knew, and God, as a matter of fact, it tells you in other texts that when Adam was in God form, the Most High, Jesus Christ, showed him everything, every king, every civilization, the rise and fall. He saw the story, his story, from beginning to end. And that's exactly what they're telling you here. Look through the looking glass, and I'll show you the future, is what he tells his wife.
I could tell you were nervous that day. He was right here, Jack. You said, look through here, and I'll show you the future.
And I held up a ring.
And I held up a ring as she looked through the looking glass into the future, and they were married in that last cycle. And the new cycle, they were separated, just as in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth tell you, or excuse me, the 12 Pyramids of Thoth, that you will be separated from your soulmate only to find them again in the next cycle. And the ring is symbolic of the perpetual cycle of time, the circle, the wheel within a wheel, the cycles of time. And they are literally showing you that right here as she viewed through the looking glass. And here they are reunited 60 years later after the Great Reset in New York City, or the ruins of New York City, under the mud flood. So that being said, continue.
And you said,
Yes. There you are. There you are.
And you said yes. And she tells him, there you are. So in other words, he's remembering the last cycle. He had an activation of his memory through his DNA, and he is remembering the past, and it all comes back to him. And these two soulmates, as per the 12 Pyramids of Thoth tell you, they have found each other and they're reunited. What is the esoteric meaning of Jack Harper, aka Adam? Remember, when Hollywood tells you things hidden or veiled through sci-fi, they always use the word scramble trick on you, or anagrams, to hide the true meaning. So if we break the word down, Harper, we have the word ha, which if you reverse it is breath, spirit of God. Ah, it makes the ah sound. And here we have Ra reversed, or right to left, Ra, son or son. Revelation 14:2. And I heard a voice from heaven as the voice of many waters. What does that mean, many waters? So the father of many waters, the white waters, and waters represent the white race, or the Atlantean white race of Adam. So they heard the father of the many people of the sons of Jesus Christ through the template known as Adam, and as the voice of a great thunder. And I heard the voice of harpers harping with harps. Well, that's kind of redundant over and over again. And I believe that the meaning is hidden right within the word. And it's literally veiled right in front of you, hidden in plain sight for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. And what that means, the voice of many waters, is the voice of the Son, or the breath or spirit of the Son from God, of God. So what is Tech 4.9 and Tech 5.2? If you watch the movie, Tech 4.9 and 5.2 discover that they're clones, and they fight each other. Well, if you look at the very numbers 4.9 and 5.2, there's a hidden meaning in that right in your face. You add 4 and 9 together, and it's 13, equaling the 13 tribes of Adam, the 13 tribes of Adam, which are the sons of light. 5 plus 2 equals 7, or Tech 5.2. Number 7 is the number of God, representing perfection, wholeness, and holiness. So if you look at the number Tech 4.9 and 5.2, they're literally telling you that they have numerical meanings as well, 7 and 13. So not only are God's sons of light hidden in plain sight through names and through words and symbols, they're also hidden with numbers that are attached to you, that follow you from the time you're born until you leave the earth. Also, it's in your genetics that, or through your aura from your DNA, that emit the white light aura or the blue light aura. So that being said, here we have Jack Harper again, Jack Ha-Ra, or Ara, or Adam, with the Spirit of God from the Sun, or the Spirit of the Sun, pyramids above and pyramids below. They show you at the end of the movie, when Tech 5.2 comes and finds his wife, Julia, if you look real close at the jacket or his suit, his earth suit that he's wearing, 5.2 equating 7, the 777, the perfection or the perfect number of the Most High, you'll see right here, they hide it in plain sight. Pyramids facing up, pyramids facing down. And they put it right in your face. And these are literal illustrations here of the same meaning. You'll see right here, if I'm not mistaken, this is a picture from Manly P. Hall. But if you notice, you'll see the serpent eating its own tail. And it's known as the Ouroboros. It's an ancient symbol of a serpent or dragon eating its own tail, representing the cycle of destruction and rebirth, or the cycles of time. And you'll hear, and in this illustration, you literally see the Most High wearing his crown with a cross on it, with his arms literally showing you Vitruvian Man, as above, so below. The human projection is literally the temple of the Most High, those who come from above. And here you have the Father above with a cross, the red cross in his chest, and you'll have his reflection in the waters below. So you have the waters above and the waters below. So that being said, this is an interesting clip right here. This is from Ancient Aliens. And they're going to show you in this small clip how the gods, or the sun, or Adam and his sons, came to the earth.
As described in the pyramid texts, ancient Egyptian religious texts that date back more than 4,000 years, a meteoric iron object called the Benben Stone was reported as having descended from the heavens like a firebird.
Even Egyptologists agree that this type of a shape descended from the sky and made a controlled landing. The Benben Stone opened and people walked out, the first creator gods. Now, when I hear a story like this, I wonder if this thing may have been some type of a craft, because it is very reminiscent of the top module of an Apollo rocket.
The Benben came with hieroglyphic inscriptions on it, and it was the first form of hieroglyphic language, the gift from the gods. This was the language of the gods.
Did an otherworldly spacecraft bring the language of hieroglyphics to the people of ancient Egypt thousands of years ago?
Even Egyptologists agree that this type of a shape descended from the sky and made a controlled landing. The Benben Stone opened and people walked out. The first creator gods.
So he calls it the Benben Stone. He says that this pyramid-shaped ship showed up in Egypt and out came the gods. The only thing he's not telling you is that a more detailed version of the story is literally in the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. And I've gone over that before in the past. And just to refresh your memory, basically what happened is when Atlantis went down, God commanded Tahuti, Thoth, Enoch to take his magic, his technology, his writings, and go get my sons that are dwelling in the rock caves. And the name of the ship was literally the Wings of the Morning. And that is in your Bible, the Wings of the Morning. And that is literally telling you that the sons of Adam, when they left Atlantis after his fall, and this city and the main city was sank into the ocean, and they were in a spaceship and they flew into the land of Kim. And at that time, I believe that you had Sargon or Osiris, which a lot of Egyptologists try to link Osiris to other beings. But if you follow the lineage and the five sons of, or the five first children of Adam, it's literally Cain and Lulua or Osiris and Isis, in my opinion. And they are literally telling you that this ship, the Benben, came to Egypt and out came the white race. Exactly what they just showed you in the movie Oblivion, but hidden, like I said, with a science fiction overlay or a veneer on top of it to hide the truth from you. So that said, I've spoken in the past many times about projection pyramids. I call them racial reality light energy projection pyramids. But is there any evidence or any scientific fact or proof proving that that's exactly what we live in? And I think this next slide is going to be quite interesting and will answer that question. This is from a show called Skinwalker Ranch. Pay attention. Well, like I said in the past, that our literal reality is a projection from above, from a different dimension. So let's decipher this clip from a show called Skinwalker Ranch. I don't know if many of you are familiar with this place, but it's in Utah, and supposedly all type of strange phenomena, and they say UFOs and portals and all types of crazy things happening there. So in this literal experiment that they did, they had different experts with all type of monitoring devices like LiDAR. They use certain instruments that are picking up things that are invisible to the human eye or to the visual spectrum of human beings. But these machines are literally picking up a projection. This is light projection coming from above, from another dimension. As I said in the past, I'll say it again. There are pyramids below the earth and pyramids above the earth. And they project the earth matrix, this world that you live in. And this is a small example of it being shown here on this show called Skinwalker Ranch. And this is actual scientific proof of what the ancient texts say, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, the 12 Pyramids of Thoth. They say the same exact thing. And this is literal proof from a scientist, an astrophysicist, and they're showing you right in your face. So if you look at what they're showing you here, multi-dimensional pyramids of light spectrum, as above, so below. You have different angles of the pyramid. You have right to left to right, but you have two of the points of the pyramid in all different directions coming together. And they are literally showing you that this is a reality racial light energy projection pyramid, projecting the many souls that live on the earth that are here experiencing this thing we called life, and they're being projected, and these guys have no idea what they're seeing. So that being said, continuing.
Wow. I mean, that is insane. You're inside it. We're all inside it.
What they're showing you is a past video of a laser beam, an experiment they did where they shot a laser beam up into the sky, and this laser beam should be continuous, but it hit something, an anomaly, and they could not figure out what it is. And it literally stopped the laser beam. That's impossible. So what this laser beam, in my opinion, what it's hitting this projection pyramid that they cannot see. So they're telling you that when the laser beam was shot into space, back up right here, that it stopped. So in other words, the pyramid that they're inside of, the projection pyramid that they're inside of from underneath, from below, is hitting the top of the dome, and that laser is not able to penetrate that, and it stopped the laser beam literally like it's hitting an object, but you cannot see it. And that is impossible. There's no way it can do that unless we are in a literal, like he said, a cone, and it's all around us, and we are living in some type of projection. So continuing. Wow, he literally told you, and that is an astrophysicist and a very educated individual and well-respected scientist. So let's go to the next slide. So what is the Tetragrammaton? What is this sacred name that has been attached to Yahweh? And what is it and what does it mean? Tetragrammaton. And it's the same type of anagram if you understand the deciphering keys of what these words are. Each one of these sequence of letters are, like I said before, they're incomplete words that have been put together into one word to confuse you and to hide the true meaning of the Tetragrammaton. So let's break this down. If you look at the first three letters, Tet, it's the same exact thing they kept telling you in the Oblivion movie. What was your mission? She said, the Tet, Jack, the Tet. Well, what is the meaning of Tet? It's an old Egyptian word, and the meaning of it is everlasting. So you break that up, Tet, and then we have Ra. Ra is the Son, Jesus Christ, the Son, who has a son, Adam. Adam was the son of God, Luke 3:38. So Tet, everlasting Son. And then we have a name here, Ram Atan, Ramaton. So you look at the word Ram, and it's also an Egyptian meaning of the sun god, Amun Ra. Then you look at this next word, Atam. You get rid of the M, or you can keep the M together, but it's Ram Atan. So the word in your face, so far the meaning is everlasting son, the son of God, Ram Atan, Adam, the son of God, everlasting son of resurrection, rebirth of Adon and Adam. So let's go to the next slide and let's kind of break these words down and what the meanings are and give you examples. Ram, a ram. So this is tetragrammaton, ram. The ram is a type of sheep. White is the most common color for the sheep. If you look in any ancient depiction of Zeus Amon, sometimes they show him with the horns of a ram. If you look at this word ram, it's a multi-dimensional word, and we'll touch on that in the next slide. So John chapter 10, verse 27, 28. My sheep hear my voice. I know them and they follow me, and I shall give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them from out of my hand. So right here is another example. Let's back up of ram. Ram was a symbol of the Son of God, Adam. That was his symbol on the earth. In the book of Enoch, or Enoch's dream vision, it says, and behold, a bull with horns came from the earth. Adam was made of the dust, and that bull was white. And from that bull came a heifer or a cow or Eve. So you go back to this word, Tet Ra, so everlasting Son. Jesus says, I am the light of the world. I am the bright and morning star. What is a star from what the world tells you? A star is a ball of burning gas that gives off light, our sun. I am the everlasting Son, the light of the world, and he has a son, Ram Atan. So let's go to the next slide. Here are some examples in statues, the different civilizations. Here we have in Egypt, we have right here, we have a goat-headed god, or Amun-Ra, with the horns. And remember, God calls his children sheep. My sheep hear my voice. This is a sheep, a white sheep. This is a white sheep or a ram with horns. Ram Atan. Here's Ram Atan or Adam the ram. And if you look at the word ram is a hidden meaning. So let's go down here, Egyptian Amun Ra. You look at the word Ra, you take this, it's literally R-A, and you go to Amun, it's R-A-M, Ram Amun. So these words are interchangeable, but they are separated and scrambled into an anagram. And it is a multi-level, multi-dimensional word that has different levels of meaning for those with eyes to see and ears to hear. And I'm presenting that how they have hidden attributes of God, or certain attributes, not the actual name of God, but attributes of God and his son. And they have hidden it from you in the names. They, like I said, they take a sequence of letters. And this is what I'm revealing to you tonight is what they said in the Emerald Tablets. This is known as the mysteries. And it's hidden in symbols. Well, the English language, they are our symbols, and attributes of God are literally hidden in these symbols. These are an incomplete sequence of letters of incomplete words that have multi-levels of meaning. Tet, everlasting. Ra, son or son. Ram, Adam. Atan, Ram Atan. And they put it together and they hide it in plain sight. So that being said, let's finish the thought. So here we have in Greece, we have Amun Ra in Greece with the horns on his head. You know, Alexander the Great, he said the same exact thing. He said that he was a son of Amun Ra. And if you notice, like I said in the past, every time there is a statue of a white race son of Adam, they carve the face out or they scrub the nose out to hide the identity that the white race on the earth are the literal gods in human form, right in your face. So that being said, let's go to the next slide.
And failed attempts to fly. We were meant to live for so much more, and we lost ourselves somewhere we live inside.
So what are they showing you on that little short I have on my channel? What are they showing you here? This is from the Ugaritic text. And in the Ugaritic text, they tell you that there was a fight between Baal and Baal and the serpent, or Typhon. And that's not the exact name they use in the Ugaritic text, but it's another name of Satan. But in this DC comic, and I've done this in the Saturn series, this individual right here, his name is Dark Side. In other words, this is Satan. When Satan was thrown out of the heavens, and I found this in multiple texts, God placed Satnael in a human form of a black man. He is black. That is what the texts say. I am not attacking anyone. I am merely bringing the evidence from the text, and I've done that throughout this entire channel, is showing you the hidden texts that describe who the father, the Y chromosome is, of the melanated people on the earth. And it is this individual right here that they're showing it in a sci-fi movie or comic book character known as Darkseid. And if you notice, he is fighting the gods. So this is Satan, and he is being attacked by the gods. This is the white race of Adam unified, fighting Satan and the forces of darkness. This is Ares or Seth fighting Satan, And magically, right here, we have this individual right here, Ram Atan. This is Adam and the sons of God fighting for control over the earth, hidden in plain sight through fantasy sci-fi. Comic book characters, they're hiding your history right in your face. And this individual right here is Adam wearing the helmet or the symbol of Ram Atan, Amun Ra, hidden in plain sight. And if you watch this part right here, he jumps up and he delivers a death blow. This is in the Coptic text and the stories of the battles in the heavens between Satan and the hordes of the devil on the earth. And as they tell you in this clip, that it was the gods on the earth and those who were above, the angels in the heavens, who fought these demons. So there was a war in heaven and on earth, a multidimensional war for control of this. And it literally tells you that God stepped in, that at first Satan was winning and drove the forces of Adam and the gods back, and the angels, with Michael leading the angels in the heavens and Adam leading the forces or the sons of light on the earth. And God gave him the weapon of the cross, the holy cross of light. And this axe is that weapon that the Most High gave him. And this is also the same German cross. That is the symbol of the German cross, hidden in plain sight in fantasy comic book world, showing you the history of the Adamic or Atlantean white race of Adam right in your face. So that is it for tonight. But I thank you for the support. It means a lot to me. And may Jesus bless all of you, and good night.